Your father's in prison for life.
For real? What for?
That's all I know. I promised I'd never say anything. Your mother thought it'd be best this way. But he's gonna die in there. I'm sorry, baby. This man claiming to be your father is a liar trying to hitch a ride to the league. I told you that we gotta be careful now.
But he had this tattoo.
Look, who you gonna believe? A stranger or me?
Some man woke up to the park, said he was my daddy. You know what? I gotta tell you something. Sit down. Your daddy in jail for life, so that man lying.
Like, there was no...
Yeah, you right, Monet. It definitely ends there. You right. That was such a great decision. No. Bravo. Bravo. And whoever thought of that shit and put it down on paper for her to say, bravo to you two. Fucking genius writer of the year. Goddamn Mark Twain over there. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no, she doesn't think anything forward
it's
at all.
So bad. I don't know who to be mad at more, Mary J. or the people that are writing the words coming out of her mouth. It's so bad on both sides.
It's weird to me that she doesn't do any forward thinking, considering the fact that she learned the game, essentially, from Lorenzo, who is only long game. So for her to not think anything through is kind of weird.
With Lorenzo teaching Monet the game, I think the biggest difference with that now is that she wants out.
Yeah,
she don't want to be in the game no more. At first I was thinking like she just doesn't want to cede her control, but no, she don't want to do this shit no more. Period. With or without Lorenzo, which is making it even more of a conundrum, a mental knot that I'm having to twist myself in to understand why she's so aggressive to Dante. Again, I told y'all last week I thought it was because she was setting Dante up to blow things up with Lorenzo so that she didn't have to do it. Right? So she can fall back and be like, hey, I didn't know nothing about nothing. But, you know, shit done hit the fan now. And at least she don't have to be the one to tear the Band-Aid off and destroy the family. Mm-hmm. That is not at all what's going on right now. She is fighting the new direction in which Lorenzo is trying to take her, but at the same time pouring gasoline over her best option to getting out of this situation as quickly as possible. Yeah. It doesn't make any sense at all. At all. Her decisions never make sense. They never make any sense. And I keep waiting for them to add up to something. Like, this is what it was the whole time. It's not coming. It's not coming.
So Tariq found a picture in Braden's dad's yearbook of Sweeney in blackface as OJ, and Braden's dad as Nicole. Tate intends on using that evidence against Sweeney, further driving a wedge between Braden and Tariq.
Am I to believe that this is 2022 and y'all can't edit somebody out of a picture? You can't Photoshop?
Yeah, I was thinking
You can't crop a fucking photo? Literally take that bitch out, cut your dad out of it, and hand it to Davis or hand it to Tate.
Yeah.
What is the fucking problem? Like, come on, y'all. Come on, man.
Blur him out, or
we have been through a great season so far. Not good, great. It has been very, 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 very good. Do not shit the bed in these last couple of episodes. Come on, because this is getting these threads are getting looser and looser and looser by the episode. So it's impossible for you to give this picture to Tate without his father in it.
Yeah, no, that's
Tate. You like I understand why Tate wants to take it to Weston, right? I get that, but Tariq, Tate didn't even need to know about that.
Yeah, I agree. You couldn't blur it. You couldn't, like you said, cut it out.
I literally would have took some scissors and cut his father's face out of it and sent him the picture. Who cares who he's with? It's him.
Yeah, so simple. Or if you took a picture of it, you can just crop it out.
You could just literally, I could have taken a picture with my phone and not included his face and sent it to Tate and went on about my happy ass day.
Yeah, no,
it doesn't make any sense.
So when they're in the class, obviously they have a discussion about making decisions for other people without their consent, which obviously
very ironic.
Up in other parts of the episode for sure.
Mm-hmm.
The students then talk about the raid in Lauren's dorm room where they found drugs, and Tariq's gears start finally turning about what may have happened with Lauren and why he should probably stay away from her.
Stay away. Yeah. I mean, Lauren's been on a mad dash scrambling to see how she can get out of testifying against Tariq. I think it's weird how they're like going through this I hate you, I love you, I hate you, I love you, I hate you, I love you bullshit, and they're like missing each other. It's really interesting. Tariq begs Lauren to understand and remember that you know me, but then she's kind of standoffish about it, and then she realizes that probably was the case, even though that nigga's still lying, but it probably was the case that she judged him along with the crowd. And she probably should have stuck up for him, and then guess who strolled her happy ass around the damn corner?
Yeah,
Miss Lady D. So it's very, very funny that now the woman who ultimately damned Tariq is the only one, in my estimation, who truly wants to help him now. And yet he cannot trust her because of where they are now, because of how he got in this situation in the first place. So his potential, outside of maybe Braden and well, I can't even really say Davis. It's a sad day when your lawyer not your ally. But outside of maybe Braden, and Braden's too tied up with Kane for him to really trust him. So
and Braden's gonna start losing trust.
Lauren, yeah, after this. So Lauren is really your best bet. She really the only person you can trust. Can't trust Effie. Can't trust Diana.
You don't know that.
Yeah, he doesn't. He doesn't.
That's the only thing. Sax also heard, I think it was last episode, Sax heard Lauren coming from his little girlfriend's office. So obviously he knows that Lauren is on some BS. Well,
that she's going to testify. He knows.
Yeah. So it's not looking good for them right now.
I don't know why they would withhold that from Tariq. I mean, you ended up telling him to stay away from her anyway. So yeah, I don't understand why they wouldn't just. Yeah, no, I saw her for sure yesterday.
Yeah, no, he should have said that. But I don't know. Well, Sax just has a weird dynamic with Tariq anyway. So
it's like Sax gonna have to decide what side he want to be on, because you felt real like a prosecutor this episode.
Yeah.
Like, why are you sitting there with the DA and Tamika trying to get your client a deal without your lead counsel there?
Knowing he didn't kill the cop and trying to get him a deal for 5
years.
Hey,
I swear to God, when Davis walked up to him at that bar and he said, so you went behind my back and tried to get him a deal, I thought he was going to smack Sax.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to smack the shit out of Sax. I swear to God, I thought he was. That was probably in one of the earlier shots and they took it out.
More than likely.
Everett don't even know what the fuck he got himself twisted up in, man. He has no idea. Boy. He has no idea. You do not want White Rage Cop over there on your ass.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Not to mention that, boy, you may have smoke in your bed.
Yeah. Yeah.
You may have smoke in your bed.
Big smoke.
Which is, I hate to keep going back to this, but where the fuck did that come from? Where the fuck? Why? He was gonna smoke him. Drew was gonna smoke Everett on the street, on the block.
On the street was nuts.
He was gonna smoke him.
Like, I understand he has a conflict about where he's going, right?
Hey, here's an idea. Here's a less lethal option. How about you break up with the nigga?
Yeah.
You can't stand not being with him that much that he has to die.
But Everett knows too much.
What do he know? He don't know shit. He don't know nothing about what they do, how they doing it. Only thing he knows, he's seen Drew beat up Lil Guap and they almost shot Zeke. That's the only thing he know.
But it only takes a little bit of
so break up with his ass before he can give him any more than what he gave you. That's what you really need to do. But what Drew said is, I'm selfish as hell, and if you can't date me, then you just have to leave Earth.
But that's just
have to leave
that's
Earth.
The conflict of who he's becoming.
No, that's not a normal. How many times did Ghost leave Angela?
True.
Come on, man.
True.
Come on, man. If you know that you're a danger for somebody that you care about, you leave. You don't kill them as to keep them from experiencing any pain in the future. Let me just go ahead and get you out the way now so somebody else don't do it.
I will say that it's weird that his mind went to I have to kill him.
I have to fucking kill him before breaking up with him.
When all it took was a text from him to stop him. That was the weird part.
So you decided to walk up on this man, ski masked up, 40 in hand, right? And you gonna shoot him in the street. Because you got to, because Everett talked too much. And all it took you to abandon that fucking plan altogether and start boo-hooing all the way fucking home was a I miss you text.
Yep.
You knew he missed you before you went to go kill him.
Yeah, no, that's kind of bullshit.
Like, come on, man. Like, what's going on, bro? What's up? Did we take a week off? Did we go on vacation in the writer's room? Were we hungover? What is going on?
Yeah, another thing that I didn't like, completely separate. I thought Mecca was going to kind of slow walk this whole telling Zeke he's his dad thing, kind of like how Kanan.
My nigga wasted no fucking time. He came right into it. It was like, yeah, so I'm your dad.
No subtlety whatsoever.
Boom, I'm your daddy. Also, I think he's acting under the impression that Zeke knows Monet is his mother. I think he thinks that Zeke already knows that Monet is his mother because he told him, go ask your mom. Go ask your mom about me.
Yeah.
Well, that woman that he believes is his mother probably don't know a whole lot about Mecca. So obviously that's not who he was talking about, right? He's talking about Monet.
Yeah.
But yeah, got right to the point, right? Right, quick, fast, in a hurry. Dropped the bomb on him. Didn't waste no time, no bullshit. Here's the proof.
Which isn't really proof, by the way.
Sure. I mean, it's largely circumstantial. It's coincidental, but combined with the fact that I know a lot of stuff about your mama, it may add up to something.
And the fact that we have the whatever foot thing he was talking about. One
half. Hey, first of all, you are a gremlin. Why is one of your feet half size bigger than the other? So you just go to Foot Locker and get 2 sizes every time.
That's nuts.
He was very straight to the point with Zeke, right? So then why are we playing coy like a goddamn fish when we meet Lorenzo? I thought you was a grown ass man and you wasn't about to play around. What happened to all that? Where was that energy at?
Not only coy, he gave him all the supply.
He gonna give him all the supply and cut that shit off. That much is seen. He's gonna get him hooked. He gonna get his customer base up, and then he gonna shut the well off so that the fiends can start attacking the dealers. So that when the work dry up, the workers go crazy.
I can see that. That's
what he want. But what I'm not understanding is, where was all that bravado about Zeke and Monet? Hey, just to let you know, like, I'm gonna give you the product. We doing business. Business is business, period. But I ain't no whole ass nigga, so here's the lay of the land. Zeke's my son. Monet had him. Do what you want with that.
If he would have done that with Lorenzo, it'd been Lorenzo, Drew, and Kane all upset right then and there. If he would have,
And why is that a problem for Mecca? You still need the drugs, don't you? Where you gonna get it?
Yeah, but you got everybody turning against you right then and there.
Are you? You gonna turn against me? Do you still need these drugs? Business is business.
All right.
Business is business. They need to connect.
That's true.
You wouldn't be hounding my ass right now if you would do away with all of this over your personal shit. So it doesn't, even from that standpoint, which I guess I can kind of understand, right? Maybe he's just trying to keep it cordial so that he can work his way in. But he doesn't have to, because he is in the ultimate position of leverage, not Lorenzo.
Yeah.
Lorenzo needs him. Mm-hmm. He can go find 1 million Lorenzos. He was already doing it with Kane and Course Correct.
Yeah.
He don't need him. So I just don't understand why the patience. Why are we being so patient?
Monet walking into the room with Diana and her opening line of the scene being, "Fuck out of my way, little girl," as she grabs her bag.
Fuck out of my way, little girl.
was so peak Monet because she could have just walked around the thing and grabbed the bag. She didn't need to reach over her.
That's all she do is antagonize people into doing the things that she don't want them to do. And if she had the foresight to see that, that could be very useful to her. That could be a very useful tool for her, right? I.e. Logan Roy, Succession. Mm-hmm. But she is just a belligerent tool. She's a bludgeon. Yeah. She knows nothing but destroy.
Yeah.
Beat, crash, conflict.
Yeah.
All the time, nothing else, all day, 24/7, 365.
Clubhouse must have paid a nice bag for that little product placement. The love triangle of Diana, Effie, and Lauren continues. I asked you this before we started shooting, but why is nobody, including Effie, listening to Effie's advice about Tariq? I just find it a little weird.
I think Diana is using that advice that her mom gave her about using the weapon that she has on her at all times.
Yeah.
Because it was a rather random occurrence. Like, yeah, I'm gonna come all the way out to Stansfield with my hawk ass mama on my ass to talk to you about my personal issues, like my phone don't work.
Yeah. Yep.
Effie, actually went back and rewatched episode 6. Mm-hmm. Go back and watch it. Go back and watch it and just watch Effie. Watch her when she pops up. Watch how she kind of retools. Here's a good example. Watch Tariq talk to Brayden when he first gets back to Stansfield and they turn the shower on. Mm-hmm. Get a good understanding of how Tariq feels, what his perspective on the situation is, because he's not wrong. Listen to him talk to Effie and then listen to how he talks to Brayden at the end of episode 6. And tell me how we got from the beginning of that conversation to where we ended up at the end of episode 6. I think it's very clear. I think Effie went in there, planted them seeds to make sure that Brayden stayed in the fold. See, he had already gotten turned down by Monet to take over Course Correct. Mm-hmm. Can't do that, right? Mm-hmm. Well, Tariq's on house arrest. Who you got to trust? Who is now the direct point of contact to your source of product? The burner phone don't have Tariq's number in it. It got Effie's number in it.
Yep.
She told Monet to hit her up when she wanted to work. Mm-hmm. What is stopping Effie from taking Tariq's product and running it on her own? What is to stop what is to stop Effie now that Tariq has gone against Brayden's wishes and given that picture to Tate? What is to stop Effie from recruiting Brayden, Tariq's top general, and working with her? You got the supplier, you got the top general that knows the product,
and
you got the business acclimate.
So he can't do nothing.
And he got to sit down. He can't do shit. He's fucked. He's absolutely cooked, and he don't even know it.
Yeah.
And then now he got another snake coming in his garden, because here go Diana. You want to tell Monet? Done. Say less. Where do you come from, girl?
Yeah. Yep.
Every chance you get, you yelling at your mama about how you don't want to go to Stansfield to see Tariq. What's the first thing out her mouth? I really want to come up here to Stansfield with you. So either this is more trash ass writing. I don't believe it is. I don't. Mm-hmm. I think this one is intentional.
Yeah.
Or Diana's weaponizing that connection that her and Tariq have to try and, move herself forward.
Does this set up a war between Effie and Tariq for season 3?
Sure. Yeah. I don't even know if you'll be able to call it a war, because going into season 3, well, it depends on how this one ends up.
Yeah.
If they try to finish the trial or there's a mistrial or he goes away before the end of this season. So Kane actually pops up on Davis McLean because all of the chips are starting to fall into place, and it seemed like everybody know what's going on. They just not saying it because they know Kane is crazy.
Yeah.
So like even when Sax and Davis are talking to Tariq, Davis peeps it. He like, all right, obviously you would know who's trying to frame you if you're being framed for a murder, right? Most likely. Mm-hmm. But if you can't say nothing, that must mean that you be putting yourself in danger by doing so. So gets that. Kane is like, hey, look, I don't know what you heard, but I'm not playing with you. Don't let my name come up.
Yeah.
Why Kane? Well, I know why Kane thinks that he can put a gun to somebody's head and make his name not come up in an investigation. Because his mother is Monet Tejada.
Yeah.
And that's how she handles everything.
Yeah.
Pull out the 38, put it to their head, and threaten them.
It's literally what she did to Milgram. Exactly.
Oh my God. Except he had the good sense to break into the car and lay the fuck down and do shit quietly.
Yeah.
Here go Monet.
I'm kind of mad that the fight between Kane and Drew that we saw in the episode preview started over
Weak ass
Everett.
fight.
Yeah,
Weak ass fight. Over Everett?
Yeah.
Weak ass fight.
Like I thought it was going to be something so much more, and it just.
I will say, no, let me give credit where credit is due. I do like that they have chosen to leave the fact that Drew is gay as just circumstantial.
Yeah,
it's inconsequential. There are no like bigoted attitudes towards it in the household. I feel like that would have been very tropey.
Yeah.
Right. I think it is a much more modernized idea of how black men are able to handle something like that within their own family structures. Mm-hmm. Right. And that's positive imagery to me.
I agree.
So I think that's dope because so often, and even in the prior iteration of this same show with Raising Kanan, right? Like, yeah, different time, different age. So there's some historical relevancy there, but it still hurts to have to watch that and see a black man beat his daughter up because she's gay.
Yeah.
So I'm glad they didn't bring something like that into 2022, where honestly, I just feel like it's much less likely than what it would have been in the 80s when Kanan was shot.
Yeah.
So
a few weeks ago, you pointed out that it's black women mostly that see Tariq for what he is. Meanwhile, in this episode, we very clearly see Tamika wants to see the good in Tariq.
I think she sees both. I just think that she recognizes that the maturation of an even bigger monster is happening right before their eyes, and she's trying to dampen out the fire.
And he still has a chance to not become that.
Not be that, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I just thought that was interesting.
You know, I like Tamika's character because she brings a breath of reality to this fantasy. You know, she brings a when she comes in and addresses the situation, it's like us talking. Mm-hmm. It's like the audience speaking.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get caught up in all of the rah-rah and what the characters expect to happen and their plans and stuff like that. Tamika always comes in and just sets the table. Like, look, you told me your dad was a monster, right? When you were going on your trial for his murder. Was that even true back then when you told me you weren't? Mm-hmm. Your dad was the monster and not you. Is that true now? Was it even true back then? Like we sitting up here for the third time in so many years with me trying to get you out of some sort of murder.
Yeah. Yeah, she's very no nonsense, which is a breath of fresh air and considering the show we're watching.
Which I love that they brought her back, and I appreciated everything that they said to her, but the whole thing with her Saxon the DA was for naught. From the jump, though, because there was never going to be a situation where he was going to be able to take a deal. What, you going to put him in witness protection, take him out to New Mexico with Tasha?
I was about to say, I wanted to ask you about that because Tariq not snitching is probably for the best. I don't think he would last 5 minutes.
There's no way he could do that. Him in jail or put Yaz and his grandmother at risk like that. Like, damn all the implications of him going to prison for 5 years. They could find him a nice upstate, you know what I'm saying, federal prison to go to. He can play tennis 2 times a day. But how are you going to keep people off of Yaz's ass in foster care?
Yeah. Yep.
How you going to keep any other Tahadas from pulling up on grandma in rehab?
Yeah.
Like it never made any sense. And for him to even have to say that to Tamika, it was kind of like, come on, man, I understand you trying to help, but this ain't it.
It's not a real option.
Yeah, this not an option for him.
Yeah.
Talking about he can get out and go finish school.
Yeah.
He's gonna get out and finish school with having what at very least a manslaughter charge on his record
Against the professor of the school he's going to.
Like, sure, it's possible, but you painting that like he just gonna have like an easy road or something. Come on, man. He gonna catch a manslaughter charge, go to jail for 5 years, come out and just live life.
Do this 5, you'll be all right.
Right? Yeah, just do your 5. You good?
No.
The hell?
No, not at all.
Give us your thoughts on this week's episode of Power Book 2, Season 2, Episode 7. What do you think is going to happen with Tariq and his supply? What do you think is going to happen with Kane trying to help him work out that problem? We got Diana, we got Effie, we got Monet, we got Mecca, we got Lorenzo, we got Drew. Bunch of players. Give us your thoughts below.
And make sure you check out our Power playlist where we've recapped every episode from Power so far. And make sure you subscribe. We like to do these recaps with every episode.
Come over here and lay down.